Alright, welcome everybody to TCR Trinity Competitive Racing. We are here for Silver Class tonight, round number 8. It's the halfway point as we're here at the Red Bull Ring at the Austrian Grand Prix. I'm Seafreeze and I'm alongside my partner in crime for tonight, the Smeg. Welcome aboard.
Oh, it's good to be back. It's been a while since I've done some commentary for you guys, and with the full grid here tonight, it should be some epic action here at the Red Bull Ring. Absolutely fantastic circuit for racing, for the most part. Yeah, very nice to be back.
Oh yeah, and we're glad to have you back as well. And I'm happy we have look everyone who came to support you. We have a nice race here, full 20. This is going to be extremely close and quali, as Nelsie is right now sitting P1 104.8. But I think everyone's waiting to get their fast laps in towards the end of the session. But it's going to be tight. It's going to be action, pretty much non-stop. So I'm already prefacing this by saying I apologize if I miss things, because I will be missing things. I'm not going to capture everything.
You've now got 2 pairs of eyes watching over this, so if you miss it, I might be able to catch it, and trust me, you'll know about it if I see it, because I'll be offline screaming about it. But yeah, coming up to 8 minutes left in qualifying, you're absolutely right too. Like, these guys, they haven't quite put their best laps together. Like, that's a massive gap between first and second place, so almost half a second.
Oh, yeah,
as Sir Charles does a 5-0. So yeah, it should be a very nice quality session, I think.
Yeah, actually, I guess I'll take this time to go through the standings just so we kind of are up to speed of where the championships are at. So as far as the Drivers' Championship, you have Blin Machine, who is not set a lap yet. He's P20 at the moment. He is first with 95 points, and 20 points behind is F1 Racer with 75. He's sitting P4 at the moment. And then third and fourth, you have the 2 Renaults of Sir Charles. Nope, the other way around. Dorian, then Sir Charles. They're sitting at 68 points, and Sir Charles 66, so pretty close between the teammates. And then the guy on pole at the moment, Nelsie's in P5 with 57. And is D-Swish here?
No, he isn't. Good to know.
He would be sitting P6 with 56, only a point behind Nelsie there. So that's the top 5 right there. As far as constructors, it's the Toro Rosso team. Oh man, and right now I think Blin's teammates with D-Swish, and we have our new driver here is reserving for tonight. AJ, I'm gonna call him AJ, just for short. Just AJ.
AJ?
Yeah, just because A and J, you know, simple, nice and easy. No butchering of the names, just AJ. I mean, unless you want to give that one a shot.
I'm pretty sure it's AJ Wuhan.
Oh, okay, I see it now. Still, I don't. Just AJ.
We'll
At least
with
for me.
AJ, just to be safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely understand. Some of these usernames are absolutely out there, really difficult to pronounce. You just try and find ways of making it simpler, and so then you don't butcher their name. But speaking of Toro Rosso, Blin Machine is now out on an outlap and is going to begin a flying lap here at the Red Bull Ring on the mediums as well. So he's trying to get a good position on these tyres. Is that mediums then he's got?
Yeah, no, I think he is on the softs. Yep, I think he went out for a good run. I was gonna say, I'm like, oh, is he going on the medium? That wouldn't really make sense, as track position is what you want at this track. You want to stay out of the nonsense in the middle of the pack. But just to finish up, yeah, the Toro Rosso's D-Swishes, as username got me all messed up. The D-Swish is not here, so we have the reserve. So Toro Rosso's in the lead with 151 points. Then you have the Renault teams in P2 with 134. Haas in third with 101 points. And then I believe it's Mercedes and McLaren with 85 and 76. So, pretty close between the top teams. Well, within 50 points. So, Blin to the line here on his lap. It goes P3. That's pretty good. Last week he had a start in the back. I think he got disqualified or something. He was able to recover. I believe he finished on the podium as well. I think P2. So now he's sitting P3, which is a lot better this week. So looking good for the championship leader at the moment.
And it's looking close as well. Like, very close. It's top time is 1:04.8 by Nelsie. And a 5-0 from Sir Charles and another 5-0 from Blin. Very, very close between the top three. And I'm sure a lot of the guys in the midfield, particularly the championship contenders such as Dorian Alpha, I'm sure they're able to find a lot more time to try and challenge those top three positions with 3 minutes and 50 seconds left in the session. I am a little bit surprised though that no one's going to try and gamble on the medium tyre. You don't want to be in the mid-pack, but if you can set a good time on the mediums, suddenly you're on the ideal strategy. And one of the more overpowered things on this circuit is DRS. DRS is stupidly overpowered on this circuit, and if you can keep yourself, let's say, in the top 5 on the mediums, and just, you know, hang around in that 1 second margin to 4th place, suddenly you're in a really good position to win this race.
Yeah, no,
people prioritizing track position, which, as you said, C3, is also something that I have to prioritize.
Yeah, especially with, I guess, the amount of drivers today. If you had a smaller grid, you know, maybe, you know, the strategies could differ, but with the full 20 today, I think you need you need track position, because like you said, with the DRS, it's hard to break away. If you are within that DRS of each other, it's very hard to, you know, break that slipstream and the DRS, and when you're in the tow, you can save your battery, you could save your fuel, and just kind of sit still and towards the end of the end of the race. I think there's 36 laps on board here.
I think you're right.
I'm pretty sure it is obviously a short lap, so you need to perfect it in qualifying. And right now, KGB is sitting pretty with the 104.5, the racing point. Dolphin Chaser is coming in.
And still two drivers who haven't come out to try and set a lap, AJ and Deathwish, for whatever reason, have not come out to try and set a flying lap. They're sitting on the last row of the grid at the moment.
Oh man, interesting. KGB actually put enough fuel in. He's going to go for round 2 on the same tires. He didn't even come into the pits.
Okay.
So he's going to have a little bit more wear on the tires, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I think, let's see here. He's just making sure he doesn't lose that pole position. He's got his teammate on the backstretch here. I don't know if there's any slipstream going on. I don't think he'll get much of a tow here. Although he's going to try it.
A little bit. We'll see how much he improves in Sector 2. Here comes the Sector 2 line. He does improve, so just by half a tenth of a second.
I didn't see no purple sectors, so he's really riding that curve. Oh, he lost. Oh, he saved it though.
He saved it though, that's exactly right. That's a fantastic save.
And he even used that nice little that pavement there that he made his own little entrance. I like it.
Oh my word.
An LCP3 Blin. You gotta watch out for Blin here. You know, he's been proven quick. He's coming up on his lap, finishing it at least. Let's see what he's got.
Well, I think he might be doing another lap, because he just had it in mode 1.
Oh yeah, no, you might be right. He's got enough time to start. He's got 10 seconds. He will get to the line in time, as he will be starting his lap now. So I'll come back in a minute on him. Golden Raider mid-sector, coming around in the Alpha.
currently down in Sector 2 as well, down by 7/100ths of a second. At the moment, he's not quite in a position to challenge for the top 4.
Goes wide a little bit as well. I think that's going to be it for Goldrader. Yeah, and he even lifts as well. So he's P5 at the moment. Dorian's in. The only one left is, I think, Blinn. So let's go on board and finish this qualifying out. Will he get pole? I'm not too sure.
At the moment, he needs to find 4/10ths of a second on this lap. And he's up by 8/100ths in Sector 2. It's a purple Sector 2 according to me, but I know the game often lies to me, so...
You could gain a lot through these last 2 corners. Does he get it perfect? Pretty good to me. Let's see if he goes to the line. Let's see what he is. Yeah, he stays P4. He's 105 flat pretty much, so...
Did he improve at all in that? Give me a minute. I'm pretty sure he just set the same time. He did. He set the exact same time that he did on his first lane lap. A 105.077.
He did that twice?
The exact same time. He did it twice.
I gotta check. That's kind of cool. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's actually
exact same time. Because I looked up and it had no difference between the 2 times, and it was like, wait a minute, no way, he didn't just set the same time again, but no, he did.
That's pretty cool. I'd never seen that before. I mean, I've seen people set the same times, just not the same driver. But KGB is on pole by 5/100ths of a second on Sir Charles. Nelsie in P3, Blinn in P4, Goldrader in P5. F1 Dorian Z will fire up ultimate, rounds up the top 10. We got F-Ball, Hotbread reserving, Samet, Lag, Turkey, Dolphin Chaser. We got some nice names in here. Some pretty good, cool ones. We got Ben, Robin, AJ, and Death Wish Tricky. He might be serving a back of the grid as Death Wish. I'm not too sure how the penalties faulted last week, but
okay.
He may be. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there. But it is that time, that all special time, to go through some predictions, pre-race predictions, as qualifying is all set. If you're watching now, you got to put your predictions in now, or otherwise they don't count, like I say every week. So you got to put them in, and let's see who's right, because it's very hard to get these things right. But Smek, who do you got on the podium here today? It's going to be a tricky one.
Just before I say that, I'm like, everyone set times on the softs. Everyone set times on the softs. I'm looking at the conditions right now, just a little bit of cloud. It might be raining in this race. We might have changeable conditions in this race. It might explain. We'll have to see what the drivers in the bottom 10 go for, but I have a feeling it might be raining. We might get intermediate conditions in the second half.
Oh, wouldn't that spice it up? So you're thinking 11th on back with the harder tire, if they choose so, might have a better.
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I haven't heard anything from the drivers about what.
Yeah, no, me either. Not yet, at least. Usually we hear, "Oh, yo, it's raining. It's coming."
We'll have to wait and see.
I'm not too sure, but anyway, well, if you're going to go that route, I'm going to go the other one and say track position is key. And I think the winner will be someone in the top 5. I think that's a good shout. I think that's a good... I could put some money on that if I was going to do it. But I'm going to have to go with... I'm going to go with Blinn. I think he's a safe bet. That's the only reason I'm going. But I think KGB has a good shot. I think... any of the top 5, even 6, F1 Racer, Dorian as well in the championship. I mean, the top people are where they're supposed to be at, so I think... Oh, and if you look at the tire choices, 11th on back, is the only medium runner is Death Wish, and he's starting dead last. So, no one really listens. So maybe there won't be rain.
Well, I don't know. It's just overcast at the moment.
Although, you know, Austria, almost every season we get a little sprinkle. So maybe towards the end of the race we get a little something.
Maybe.
But if you're watching now, I don't see anyone putting predictions down below. So I actually do like to see the predictions because I never get one right in my life. I don't think I've ever gotten a top 3 right. So that is what it is.
I've only ever gotten one prediction right, and that was a Formula 2 race that I did with you fellas. That I managed to predict the winner. I think it was a sprint race at Monza.
Oh, yeah.
I managed to get. So I'll give a possible top 3. I think Black Angel might be able to walk away, maybe. Lean Machine in P2, and possibly Dorian Alpha P3.
I like it.
I'll go with that with the top 3 because look, DRS is incredibly powerful. So we're going to see a lot of exchanging of positions, a lot of moving around, particularly towards the end of the race. So yeah, it should be a very interesting Austrian Grand Prix.
Yep, well said. So as 20 drivers line up to the grid, it's the silver class, round number 8, the TCR Austrian Grand Prix here. 5 red lights, and let's do this thing. As everyone looks pretty good so far. KGB in the lead. Sir Charles going side by side.
Oh, that's 5 wide going into turn 1 in the mid pack. Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, the Ferrari. The Red Bull. The Red Bull was off there. The Ferrari. It's about 3 or 4 wide coming into the hairpin. Let's see it.
Oh no.
No wings. Oh, the VSC. Look at that. That kind of saved some front wings, I think.
Oh, it was an absolute car park at turn 3. My goodness me. There was a lot. Oh my goodness, Dolphin Chaser. 5-second penalty for a collision with Log.
So it's KGB holds the lead. The top really hasn't changed, but F1 Racer did move up. He's up to P4. You got Blaine, Z, Will, Golderator, Dorian, F-Ball, and Ultimate. This VSC should get us green in a couple corners here.
Yeah, drivers have to be very, very careful as well. I've seen so many times with drivers going too fast on the virtual safety car and getting a drive-through, but it seems that everyone...
Here we go, back green. And Nelsie is going to go down the inside for P2 on the Renault.
Fantastic restart from him.
Nice, but Sir Charles is going to come back at him. And this is what we'll see all day, is the switchbacks and... This is what we'll see with the DRS, the slip. Well, not yet, but slipstream. Eventually, the DRS is Nelsie back down the inside. You got F1 Racer right in the back, trying to make a move, but still side by side as we go into turn 4, I believe it is.
Yep.
As Nelsie gets it, P2 again, so he has it for the moment. Let's see if he breaks away and tries to get after the racing point. Although these guys, I have the feeling, are really close on pace. These top guys. Sir Charles makes a little bit of a mistake as F1 Racer's going to take advantage of it, go down the inside here. He's going to get a little bit of contact. I don't think no damage, but Sir Charles is definitely losing positions here as now he's got Blinn on his rear. And he's going to make a move. Is Blinn down to turn 1.
Hot Bread in the Mercedes has made a mistake through turn 9. Spun the car around, doesn't appear to have any damage though. Yeah, now down in 19th. Look at Black Angel, 2.1 seconds now to second place. Very nice position at the moment. And if these guys in second and third, and if Lean Machine manages to catch it back up as well, they keep battling, Black Angel is just going to pull away. So,
oh yeah. KGB actually did what he needed to do in the first couple laps, is get outside of that 1 second range and then even farther than that before the DRS was enabled, and he did by 2.3 seconds and a little bit more as he's gaining that gap. We'll see how it is. We'll manage it through these laps, but he looks to be in good position here. His track position kind of helps him out, but We'll see if Nelsie and the rest of the pack can come and close it. But like you said, you can't battle too much. You know, if Nelsie and F1 and Blinn, they start battling, this is just going to give it to KGB. So you got to manage that.
At the moment, it's almost a train happening from second all the way down to, I think, about 10th place. Not quite, as Dorian
a little bit of contact, I think, there. Dorian and Golda Raider. Dorian gets the move done. Trying to see if this
sort of sorting themselves out. But the only medium runner, as mentioned by Seafreeze on the formation lap, is Death Wish Tricky. He's made the most amount of positions from the first 4 laps. He's made up 7th and 20th place. So
yeah, he's in P13, the medium tire.
Ooh.
It's looking good. Oh, we got a wreck here somewhere.
Yep, Ultimate Gamers. Will he go into the pits? He will be. Oh, but the tire temperatures will be all over the place. You have to be careful. Yeah, turn 9 is claiming a few drivers at the moment. That's the second incident we've seen in this race at that turn.
Alright, let's see. So all 20 drivers as well in the race, no retirements. It's kind of hard to crash out here unless you do it with someone else. Or there's a few spots where you could maybe lose it. Maybe the last 2 corners is probably a good bet. But all 20 drivers so far, so that's good. So the gap from the tops come down a little bit under 2 seconds about.
It is slowly. Oh, as KGB has a massive moment, as Log also has a massive moment and loses some more positions. That's entering turn 7. But yeah, the gap has closed slightly between KGB and Nelsie. Nelsie has to worry about F1 racer in behind. He's going to start challenging that second position. If they really start getting into a scuffle, and at least in this first stint, Black Angel might be able to walk away with this.
Yeah, F1 race was last week's winner in France. So he's looking to go back-to-back in the Mercedes. When do you think the tires will fall off? When do you think they'll come in for the pit stops? Because there's not much alternating strategies. Almost everyone's on the soft besides one driver. Although Ben Ultimate did pit right then. But when do you think the pit phase will open here?
Well, the softs, this circuit has next to no tyre degradation. It is pretty much softs, mediums all the way, as KGB gets 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, and the Ferrari has had a moment as well.
Yeah,
that's turn 8. Oh my word. Everyone gets past. But I feel maybe about lap 16, lap 15 is about, I think, where some of the drivers may consider pitting. But if I was in the top 5, minus Black Angel, I might consider doing the undercut.
Yeah.
To try and catch back up to KGB. Because of the lack of tyre degradation, the mediums aren't going to be incredibly worn at the end of the race, so tyre wear at the end isn't going to matter too much. But track position does, and if you're right behind Black Angel, right at the end, you have a good shot at winning this race. So, a couple of things that the drivers can do. It's not quite straightforward, but we'll have to wait and see. And also the weather, if it does actually come, unless it just stays overcast, that will also play a part in this as well. So, a couple of things can play out. At the moment, I'm feeling about from 14 to 16, I think, is where the pit window will open.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think you could also try maybe an overcut as well. Like if you're a F1 racer, maybe getting a little bit more cleaner air. You could either come in early and get the clean air and really push and try to get that gap, or you could go longer and have the fresher tires, maybe towards the more later in the race. Not too sure how.
That's the biggest problem with the undercut is traffic. So if you want it,
Yeah,
you don't
that
time
too.
your pit stop right, you get stuck with people with 14 lap old softs. And there are places that you can overtake. It is a very nice circuit to overtake on, but you still lose a lot of time. So
Yeah, I agree with
you need to time it.
the traffic. When you come in, you'll be stuck behind a couple cars, and well, the good thing is there's no medium runner per se. Is Sir Charles losing a couple
Sir
positions?
Charles.
Sir Charles, yeah, had a little spin in the last corner.
Yep, turn 9. Once again, that's the third driver. He's trying to get the thing turned around. There we go. He's going to go into the pits as well.
Oh yeah, he's already he's already lined up for that. Although he's so slow, why is he not? He's go.
Why is he going incredibly slow? Oh, he's trying not to spin the car out, maybe?
Oh yeah, maybe. I don't know if you got any wind damage for that.
I don't think so. I'll just keep an eye on him in the pit lane.
Fire up
No,
gets
no
down a
problem.
move on Robin. It's pretty straightforward, although Robin tries to come back at him. He does. That's
Oh,
actually quite
nice.
nice. Good for him.
Wow, he got really good traction out of turn 3, but far upside down the inside. Turn 4 gets position right back.
Yeah, but look at Joe Robin again. He's really has some good traction in the Williams. This is a pretty nice
Here we go,
battle
switch
here.
back again. We're going to see another one. They're still side by side.
That corner gets me anxious there. It's a weird angle. The inside car is sometimes not the best, but fire up for the moment. Robin, he's really on the back of him though.
Yeah.
Just looking at the mini map on the right there is this is kind of the closest cars we have besides F1 Racer and Nelsie.
Another battle between Same and Deathwish into turn 3. Deathwish on the mediums is now into P8 from 20th on the grid, so he's now up 12 positions from the start. Looking very good for the Haas driver at the moment.
Oh yeah, I think the mediums are probably the preferable tire at this time.
At this time, yeah.
Yeah, cause so he
It's
might
also
be
probably going to
gaining.
start switching off, so.
Yeah, he actually might be a good favorite here. I wouldn't be surprised if he finishes maybe in the top 5 or even higher, as KGB does pit.
Okay.
Let's see what tires he
That's
puts on.
Only early, I have to say. Gosh? No.
Especially
No,
for
medium.
yeah, mediums. All right, especially for the leader. Now let's see where he comes out. He's gonna be right on par with his teammate, right behind. So at least it's his teammate that he's behind, and not someone else. Maybe he will get past. He can't get held up extremely here because Nelsie and F1 were only about a second half, 2 seconds behind. So he's got to make sure he makes the most of these tires now. He can't use it on his teammate or Deathwish right above, so you got to make the move relatively early. He's looking down the inside. His teammate really doesn't help him out there. Kind of got caught in a weird spot.
Not really. Jeez.
Yeah, that was kind of rough. Sam is struggling now for tires, for grip. And the top runners, they did not respond to
Not yet, no.
Black Angel's pit stop, so they're going to go a little bit longer. But now it looks like F1 Racer wants to fight it here down the inside with DRS, and he says he wants to take the lead from this race. And he's going to do it pretty well. He parks it.
Oh, Dolphin Chaser. Guess what? Into the wall at turn 9. The inside wall at turn 9. That's the 4th driver it's now playing.
Oh,
Oh, he's
Nelsie
gonna
really
be-
aggressive. Sorry to cut you off, but that was a pretty nice move by Nelsie. He really wants to take the lead back. He does not want F1 Racer to have it. Although,
Oh, but they're playing into Black Angel's hands like this. Oh, and another driver has been claimed.
oh,
as since
VSC. Now will
by-
they pit now? Will they use this somewhat of an advantage? Even if they pit now, if it stays long enough, they will get out ahead of Black Angel. You gotta, surely they come in. Surely.
Oh,
Both of them, yes. So they might get the track position. Let's see.
It's all up to how
Oh,
long
but
this
F1
race
Racer,
is
he
taking.
speeds it.
Oh, you too eager on the throttle.
Going to the
Here we go.
line. He used more traction than brake. If you heard him on the stream there, little bit of a mistake there. Blinn actually stays out. He's the only driver in the top, really not
This
taking
is actually
advantage.
Going to be really, really close. There we go. There goes Black Angel.
Wow, he's still out ahead.
This shows you how powerful the undercut is, I guess, around the circuit.
Yeah, good point. Those mediums really
And
blew up there, but he got a penalty as Black Angel. He's got ignoring yellow flags.
oh, give me a second. I'll just look at that.
But Nelsie,
Yeah, a 5-second penalty. So he's got 8 seconds to his name, Black Angel.
and F1 Racer's got a 5-second penalty as well. So Nelsie looks to be in the strongest position at the moment. But that could all change with a couple penalties here. It's kind of easy to get a penalty here from corner cutting, extensions, and turn 1. And especially the last 2 corners as well, you can pretty easily get one. So, although
At the moment, the man who started in last place and 20th is now up into P3 on the medium compound tyre. He's up 17 positions from the start of the race.
that's crazy. Death wish.
But at the moment, as he gets a 3-second time penalty.
Just as you're saying something nice, they say
you
no,
gotta
we
love
can't
that
have it.
commentator's turds. You gotta love it. You gotta love it.
Actually,
And
Death
another
Wish is
driver.
in front of. Who's next? Who's next?
Hot Bread has done it again at turn 9.
Oh, he's coming in though. Yep, it's Log as well. I was just gonna say, Death Wish is right in front of the Mercedes of F1 Racer, and he's got his teammate right behind. So he's got to find a way to, if he's gonna do the team game. Not saying you have to, but he's maybe hold that Mercedes up for an extra lap or so. Let Nelsie back through the Mercedes, and then let your teammate by with ease. Oh, Death Wish! I call it Death Wish, another one!
Oh no. Oh my goodness me! Turn 9 is Public Enemy
Oh, but he's
number
gotta watch-
1 at the moment.
He's got to find a way to. He's got to find a way to turn it here. F1 cars, they're not the best in the tight. They're really not.
Right.
He cuts across the grass. Man, that ruined his strategy. Then he's got a wing change.
Oh no. Oh no. And he might have to go on to the hards. There's no way I don't think the softs are going to make it. 21 laps, that's a long stint. Yeah, those are hards. Oh dear.
He went to
That's
hards
Sony
then.
Strat.
Yeah.
Straight
That
out the
didn't
window.
really work out for him. Although now KGB still in the lead. F1 Racer Nelsie. You got Golder to try to make a move in the Ferrari here. Oh, he gets a little squeezed. We're all good. We're all good. It's a nice battle here. Turkey did not pit yet. He's still on the soft, so Gold Raider on the fresh mediums. He needs to get by. As there's another car. I think that's the Ben. I know who's Hot Bread. Oh, Hot Bread went on the inners. That might have been an error.
Yeah, on the intermediate tyre, unless I'm right with the weather prediction.
But here's Nelsie for P2. He goes clean by the Mercedes. Up to P2 is Nelsie, and right in front they can see the leader. They can see the leader. 2.5 seconds. You can gain that back, but these two have to work together to get there.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like it's happening as F1 back down the inside, and we can see this all race long. I think the drivers soon will realize this is not helping our race. Although with the penalties of Black Angel, maybe they know he has a penalty. And they don't need to get that track position because of the penalty. So we don't know what information they have. Is they could get it from us watching the stream or a director or something. So
very true, but if they keep fighting like they are, they're going to collect orders, and eventually that time penalty between Black Angel to these two, it's probably going to even out. So they have to be careful. They probably do know that Black Angel's got penalties, but they can't let him pull away. There's still a lot of laps to go, and the gap has opened up for 3 seconds now.
Nelsie back down the inside, and the hairpin. Actually, this actually might be fine as long as they're giving each other the slipstream, the DRS, at the other driver saving their stuff. If they overtake clean without holding each other up, they could actually close the gap, but it's quite hard to coordinate that, you know, at a track like this, you know. But the gap is opening up for Black Angel. It's 3.2 now, so it's in his favor as he set the fastest lap prior. But I think these two drivers are extremely close on pace, the Haas and the Mercedes, and they just want to be in front of each other.
Yeah, they're constantly battling, which is great for us to see, but for them, yeah, it's
another VSC.
Virtual. Okay. What happened? Ferrari. Turkey whacker.
Oh, the
goodness,
first
ended up there?
Oh, yeah. I don't mean to laugh at him, but I'm not laughing at him. It's just weird the way he is. He's on the left side of the track with his right tire off, so that means he must have hit something on the right to get ping-ponged back over to the left, as you see right there on log on board. That's
Okay. Sure thing, Codemasters. You can go off and do that. But that's only a virtual safety car. Then I thought with an incident like that, we might be able to get a safety, normal safety car, but no, just a virtual.
Well, it's a good time just to say, Jimmy says loving the comms in the comments. Thanks, I appreciate it. We do the best we can on this side of the fence. And Alex Tuppert, he said, GG hot bread for pudding inters. So I guess Roll there was rooting on his fellow Quebecois, and he's not doing too hot there, Roll. He's in 20th. But he is reserve as well, so but looks good.
Going, so he's still going.
I'd also like to say, if anyone's watching and is new to the channel and you don't know what we're about, our website and the information on there is down below. We have all our classes and times and assists and all that, so if you want to join racing, you could sign up on the website down below. Also, TCR has an affiliation link with Fanatec, so if you are going to be buying some Fanatec gear, you know, if you use the link, a portion of the sales come back to the TCR, so we can keep things up and running, like the website, and get things out to the drivers and all to you guys. So short service announcement, and back green.
Just while you were chatting away, nothing actually really has happened at all. Everyone seems to be in their own little comfortable world at the moment. We do have battles up and down the field, but as I'm watching this battle for P9 between Fire Up Fire and AJ, there's not a lot going on, I have to say, for an Austrian Grand Prix. Typically there's a little bit more, but the drivers are conducting themselves well enough to the point where there's no chaos.
You do have Dorian though. Renault, McLaren. Yeah, it's kind of weird to see that it's kind of spread out in a sense where you wouldn't think of it when you have so many drivers. But Dorian, the Renault, going down the inside of the McLaren, very tight. F-Ball really does squeeze him, and Dorian pushes him off wide. So a little pushy there from both ends.
A little bit of argy-bargy. That's alright. As long as it doesn't get too argy-bargy. Where both drivers are literally ramming into each other.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to see that, especially because you saw the McLaren squeeze Dorian to the inside. And like I said before, it's hard to turn in such a tight radius corner. I don't think he really intended to do that. So that's just how the racing is in that corner, as we've seen from other real-life Grand Prix as well. Some may be intent and some maybe not, but that's all up for discussion.
A lot of laps to go. 15 and a bit laps to go. Let's see. So we've got the battle for P2 between Nelsie and F1 Racer. That has settled down a little bit.
Yeah, we'll put that on the back burner.
Yeah,
I always like to put on the back burner.
Each other and drive a bit more civilized. And the gap has evened out. It's now hovering around 3.3 to 3.5 seconds. To KGB, and if they can just hang on to that, the penalties will kick in at the end of the race. And I believe, let's see, Nelsie Baby has been absolutely clean all race. He's got absolutely no warnings.
Not even whatsoever. A warning. That's actually pretty impressive.
F1 Racer, he's got 2, but he's also got a 5-second penalty, which he got.
Oh, is the leaders? Are they getting? Are they in the leaders' way here? Yeah, the Ultimate or Log and Dolphin are getting lapped here. They're showing the blue flags. Although we do have the ghosting on, although they were going to get out of the way anyways, so I don't think that'd be a problem.
Yeah, they still need to get out of the way. I recently did a league race where a lap driver sort of kind of put up a fight, even though there was ghosting on. You do still get a timed penalty if you stay out in front and ignore blue flags, regardless if ghosting is on at all. So you have to be careful of that. When you get a blue flag, you have to try and get out of the way as soon as possible and as carefully as possible as well.
That's good to know.
Let's see.
Log looks like he's going to get away. I don't know if you get the slipstream if the car is ghosted.
I don't know.
That's something to test. Man, KGB's lapping a bunch of cars in the back there, so he's doing pretty good. Although he's got the penalties, you know. That's the thing there. I think we have another yellow. Nope, we're good. You know what I'm kind of surprised about is Blinn Machine's pace in this race. I thought he would be. I mean, he's still kind of there. He's a couple seconds off of F1 Racer, but given the fact of his speed in the last previous races, getting his wins and all, I thought he would be more involved in this race. Maybe he is just sitting back, you know. Maybe he's just sitting back. But, he's around the 5 second.
You're right. He's got plenty of pace up his sleeve, but yeah, he hasn't been able to reel in Nelsie and F1 Racer. I mean, yes, F1 Racer's got DRS, but Nelsie doesn't. Has Blinn Machine 3 seconds.
Yeah, you know, like we said, you know, I'm talking about. I might as well give him a penalty. All right, who else wants a penalty? Fire up! You want one? I'll go to you. We have an instant there, but I think the Dolphin might have spun it.
Down in 17th place.
And it looks pretty clear out there as well, so I don't see any rain possibilities. So we're nearing 10 laps to go. Nearing 10 laps to go. But I guess I'll say this now just because we have the time to do it. If you haven't given the video a like yet, please do so. That'd be appreciated. I don't know if this will be on Facebook as well, but I think it will be.
Oh,
As
Ferrari has retired. I can't see where he's retired
who
though.
retired? Oh, the other Ferrari as well.
I think he retired in the pit lane.
Oh, this shakes it up.
Safety car. You're kidding. Oh, you are kidding.
How is...
That's a safety car? That's worthy of a safety car. You have got to be kidding. Okay.
Did he do it in the pits?
No, he did it on the pit straight. He voluntarily retired, I think, on the pit straight. Then his AI drove him towards a spot on the outside of turn 1. Parked the car out, and out comes the safety car. For that.
Huh. We do have a... Yeah, that's kind of weird. We do have a rule where if you are going to retire the car, you must do it in the pits.
Yeah,
so that doesn't happen, but I don't know if it would have. I don't know, but let's see.
But I'm pretty sure he retired on the pit straight because of where the car ended up. If he retired in the pit lane, sometimes the AI drives it out, but then he would have went on to this straight after turn 1 and would have parked up at some sort of marshal's post here. But no, his car pulled up at a marshal's post in the runoff zone at turn 1. So I think he retired on the straight, in the pit straight, not in the pit lane. So.
Well, anyways, we do have a safety car. This is going to shake things up, but just to add, Black Angel actually, he served his penalty in the pits, I think the 5-second penalty, and he was still able to get out ahead of Nelsie. So I think he might just have the 3 seconds, which he can...
Flynn, so
oh, did he serve it as well?
Yeah, he would have served it. So
an F1 racer, I'm not too sure if his was served or not. Oh no, he stayed out. No, he went back. He went in the pits, but he went on to put some more mediums, which is interesting.
Unorthodox choice.
Yeah, I don't.
You're going to be spending a couple of laps on the safety car.
Yeah, I don't see the advantage of that. The only thing is maybe he didn't have full, fresh, soft tires available, and because he maybe used them all in quali. But then again, I would rather use softs than mediums because, like you said, the wear isn't too bad around here. So I don't think that's going to work out in his favor, unfortunately, as F1 racer. I think the softs were the way to go, as it opens the door up for Blinn. You got Golderator. You got F-Ball and McLaren and P6 who will be able to catch back up to the train. So this kind of opens it up.
has decided to make the same choice as well on mediums as well. So I personally don't get why you would want to go on the medium compound tyre, especially with so little laps to go. You're going to be spending 2 or 3 laps on the safety car while the field catches up. So I guess the one small advantage, if you call it that, is they are able to really push on the mediums. They don't have to worry about wear at all. So
possibly, although I don't think you need to worry at all, even on the softs, because we'll probably get going around lap 29 potentially. Although the game usually waits for everyone to get caught up.
Yeah.
They really do try to wait. So we might be on lap 30 in this thing, going on to lap 30. Because we have some cars. Let's look in the back here. We got, we have Ben, Ultimate, Log still need to catch up, and then you got Hopbread's in it. No, Hopbread. You got Samet. So from Death Wish on back, still have to catch up. So it might be another 2 laps, because these are short laps, so I don't know. So who do you like in here? I actually think KGB is still in a good position to win this race. He served his 5-second penalty in the pit lane, I'm pretty sure. I think he just has a 3-second. I know Nelsie is clean on penalties, but I think KGB has the speed today, and I think he could pull away and get the win if he just opens it up by 3 seconds. I think it's doable.
Well, it's all going to come down to the restart, I think, because they're going to spend 3 laps without DRS. So the restart and those 3 laps are going to be critical for KGB. He needs to pretty much perfect those 3 laps and perfect the restart and get that 3-second margin, or at least get over a second to Nelsie and let guys like Racer, Limb Machine, Golderator, you know, to get up there and start fighting amongst each other, so then KGB can pull away. So, yeah, I think if KGB can get a really good restart and can nail 3 laps together, 3 solid laps, he's in with a really good shot.
I agree. Although you could also make the other argument in that F1 Racer, oh, it is coming in this lap. F1 Racer is on the medium tires, probably not really much of a threat to Nelsie, and Nelsie won't have to worry about defending for once in this race, and he could actually just try to go at it and really make and stick with Black Angel as well. So we will see it here. We would get a nice restart. It's a bit of a treat here, as KGB is off and we are green at Austria.
AJ gets a 5-second penalty, a severe collision with Dorian Alpha, but Black Angel needed to back up the field there. He shouldn't have sort of kept the safety car pace, because, yeah, Nelsie has basically matched KGB and Nelsie on the restart. The gap 0.3 of a second. He needed to try and back off.
Yeah, a little bit more.
Take control of the field and then dump it somewhere, floor it and go and try and build up that gap. He hasn't done that.
Yep,
so
and he's got Nelsie now to worry about.
But Nelsie's got the slipstream on his side. So,
and that's pretty strong pretty strong alone. I don't think you even need DRS to make the pass. I think Nelsie could probably do it. He's probably all juiced up on battery and everything because we just had the safety car. So these engines are probably in a good high mode here. I don't know, it's looking more in Nelsie's favor, as the gap really is with half a second. So he's got to do some work if he wants to win this race. As Nelsie he had fast sectors. I think he had the fastest lap.
Yep. Ultimate Gamers, turn 9, the exit of turn 9 in the pit lane. Oh my goodness me.
I wish we had a sole camera. Oh, we have a VSC here too. This is not going to help Black Angel here at all. Neutralizing it for another 30 seconds is not going to help him. I wish we had a camera, a sole camera, in the last corner, just to capture it. You know, just so we didn't have, you know, and then we could come back and seal the victims, because it's a hard corner. So Ultimate did retire. And back, yeah, here we go. So he actually gained a little bit then. Nelsie might lose the second here. This is now, I think, back in KGB's hands.
Slightly, a little bit, yeah.
Nelsie might feel the pressure. I think Nelsie, where did he finish? He was battling. He came second last week in France. He actually lost it. He had a good race going. I think he lost it for, I can't remember, but he lost it somehow. He almost had his first win last week in France. He might have a win here. But KGB's got to build a gap.
And F1 Racer battling. Oh, and Golderator. What a move! Well, gold in the Alpha. Oh, that is a superb move. F1 Racer and Limb Machine were battling through turn 3. Limb Machine got a horrible run. Oh, speaking of which, he sends it, but he can't do anything about it. And Golderator, he just followed F1 Racer down the inside and overtook Limb Machine. A very Sort of high racecraft move. Very, very nice move.
We'll have to get a replay for that. I'm kind of mad I missed it.
Don't worry, I've got it.
Hopefully, maybe Gold Raider. I mean, we do require these the footages, so if it's that good, we should post it up solely. Because I feel bad I missed it.
Such a new fastest lap as well, was 6.4. Very nice time. And he is pulling away. Gap 1.2 seconds, but if it stays under 3, Nelsie's got this. So.
Do you want to maybe confirm again, just about the penalties, maybe? I know sometimes I always debate whether to know who's got a penalty or not know, because it's strictly down to the racing and who's in front, but...
That's alright. So Black Angel, he's got 3 seconds next to his name. He had a 5 second, but he would have served that in the pit lane. But he's now got 2 warnings next to his name. So if he gets 1 more warning, it's another 3 seconds. Nelsie Baby has still got nothing.
Alright.
He's been completely clean the entire race. So it's up to Black Angel to sort of match Nelsie in terms of his cleanliness around the circuit and try and not gather 1 more warning to get that extra 3 seconds.
As you were reading off the penalties, Blinn had a impressive double overtake.
Very nice.
As he sits in the podium position, so this is for the first time this whole race, so he's finally getting up to speed. Did the moves when he needed to.
Yeah, exactly. At the moment, we've got what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars that all have a shot of taking 3rd place with 4 laps to go. So a very nice battle for the final podium position right now. Blue Machine is pulling away from F1 Racer as expected. With a softer tyre and a clear air as well. Gap has opened up to almost 8 tenths between those two. Just going back up to the top 2, the gap has opened up to 2 seconds. Across the line, 3 laps to go. So he's got 3 laps to find 1 second around the shortest lap in Formula 1 in terms of time.
He's got 3 tenths there. He's almost there. He's
turn 1.
He's half a second. Man, this is really playing into the hands of KGB. It's the Renault looking on F-ball on the McLaren. He's going to go around the outside. He might get to switch back here. Oh, he's going to try it, but McLaren kind of sits it right on the apex. That's pretty good by both.
Yeah, Nelsie must have made a mistake at turn 1 because that is a lot of time lost through 1 corner. Because that's effectively all that sector 1 is. It's
yep. The 1 corner and then the straight all the way up. That's kind of crazy. 1 sector is just 1 corner basically. But he's nearing.
Yeah, falling back time too. So it's back down to 2.3.
Yeah, he's got two laps. He's fine about a half a second, but he can't get another penalty. But let's just say these 2 out in front. I know F1 Racer was on the medium tire there, but man, did they pull away from the rest of the pack. They are lightning quick around this track today.
Yeah, they're definitely in a class of their own in this race. It's basically been these 2 and F1 Racer, but for whatever reason, Racer decided to go onto the medium compound tire. But yeah, it's been a superb drive from both drivers. Here at Austria. And that gap, it's now 2.999. I've got that.
Oh.
2.999. It's now over 3. So here we go. 1 more lap. The last 4.32 kilometers of this circuit. Oh, this is going to be close.
Now Nelsie has to. He's got to put in a good lap here. He's low on and battery though. They're both low in battery. They used almost all of it. Let's see.
Yeah, they're dumping it.
What it comes down to. Nelsie has almost no battery left. I think that's why he's losing so much time. He didn't really manage it the best he could have. It's almost 4 seconds now, so it's looking good for the Racing Point. If he can keep it here, he gets a win, and I think it's his first win as well, as it would be.
Good. 3.5 seconds now. I've just noticed that Nelsie, he finds time in Sector 2. He finds a little bit of time in Sector 2. Kind of suggests to me that he's running with slightly more downforce.
Although, but for the podium here in McLaren, Mercedes, he gets a little contact. F1 racer was going for a move, and Blin came back at him. That's for P3. But for the win,
gap 3.5.
Let's see if KGB gets his first win here in TCR in the silver class for will it be? Let's see Nelsie across the line. Yep, it's KGB, a half a second. He won this race by, and so close was Nelsie for his first win for 2 weeks in a row, but today is the Racing Point's turn. It's KGB Black Angel for the win.
How about that? Oh, Deathwish. I was going to say, it was a superb drive from Deathwish. He crossed the line in 6th place, but penalties took over and dropped him to 8th, but he climbed up 12 positions in this race.
That's crazy.
Absolutely superb drive from Norris.
And he spun as well, but he was able to get the safety car, I guess, and put him back in this race. He was sitting outside the top 10, and he effectively finished 6th, then with penalties, so it was a good race.
It was a superb race at Austria. I got one part of my prediction right. I thought KGB might win this race, and he has. So I'm quite happy with that, actually.
There you go. You got one. There you go.
I got one.
I think I went with Blin, but yeah, got messed. Yeah, I got to go with the Toros. You know what I mean?
I went with KGB. I thought Blin was going to get 2nd, but no, he got 3rd, so I almost got that. And I thought Dorian Alpha might have a good race, but he ended up finishing
10th. Yep.
P10. So just scraping in for a point.
But it is KGB who gets his first win in silver class. Nelsie P2, another close race by him. Blin F1 racer F-ball Golderator in P6. Sir Charles Deathwish Tricky from the back of the grid to 8th. Fireflow in 9th, Dorian in 10th. You have a log right outside the top 10. You have Ben, Sam, AJ, Robin, and Dolphin. Hot Bread Ultimate, and then the 2 Ferraris. Crucially, they both crashed out or retired.
No, very nice race indeed.
All right, let's see. Let's see if we can maybe get Nelsie and KGB. I think those two will be good for the interviews.
Well, I believe the person who sent...
Oh, that's Dougie. Dougie's been in here the whole time. Oh, Dougie's here though. He's here for the win. Let's see. Now let me see. I'm just gonna get this KGB.
No,
he opened it. Dougie, I think I allowed him. Maybe if you just want to give him a quick invite, that'd be good. Alright, so we have Racing Point in the lead there.
Very nice race indeed.
Alright, we got KGB, and let's just see if Nelsie joins us here. I just want to make sure the audio goes through before we do anything. Do you mind just saying something, KGB? Just wait 1 second. I just want to see if this goes through.
Yeah, just need to make sure, fellas, that all your party audio is all good. Always allow and all that kind of stuff. Just to make sure that we can actually hear you on the stream, that's all.
Alright, so KGB, I'm gonna need you to go to your settings. Go to sharing and broadcasts. And then you go to audio. And you want to make sure everything is clicked to allow. Do you see that? You go to settings, sharing and broadcast, and then I think it's audio. And then make sure they're all allowed. There should be 3. And then also go to our party where we are. And then go to, I think there's party settings. And then there should also be another audio. And then make sure that's allowed as well.
Yep.
And you should be good.
Alright, so qualified first pretty well. Race got off to a good start. And I picked up a penalty, which kind of frustrated me because Nelsie baby, I wasn't getting much time on him. And then second virtual safety car, I somehow got a 5-second time penalty on Death Wish, which really made me upset because it only gave me a second to give him back the position, so I didn't even fight it. So I was already at 8 seconds behind, and I was on the mediums when that guy crashed out. I really didn't want a safety car because I knew that Nelsie baby was gonna stick with me and probably get the win. So I somehow pulled that 3-second gap and took the win home with half a second left.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is your first win.
Yeah.
How does it, or at least in TCR, how does it feel to get the first one?
Feels great. I mean, the other races have been kind of not going too well. You know, I mean, I've been doing pretty consistent the last couple races, but I really wanted to get a win into this because I put a week's worth of practice for this track, and it paid off.
Awesome. Well, we're right at that halfway point, so this is a good point. Actually, we are off next week, by the way. Let me just say that.
Yeah.
We do have an off week, so we have this week, and then we are off next week. So I guess that's a good way to go into an off week and prepare for when we come back, which would be Germany, and we continue our Europe swing of things. So congratulations on your first win there. You almost didn't have that, by the way. I don't know if you knew. You just won by a half a second as we were watching the gap. And it was kind of impressive to see you pull it out. So good on you. That was a good win there. Very controlled.
Looking forward to Germany too. It's one of my best tracks.
Yeah, just keep doing the practice and good things will come. But Smeg, you have a question for either first or second or third place finishers?
Well, just like to thank KGB for making 1/3 of my prediction a reality, because I thought he might win this race, and you went off and it did exactly that. Not by much, but a win's a win. I just want to talk to Nelsie and Blinn in second and third. That was some fantastic battling between some of you fellas, between Nelsie and F1 Racer particularly. Were you fellas surprised that F1 Racer decided to go on the mediums rather than go onto the softs? It was a very strange call from him. If they are actually in the session, I'm pretty sure they're in the session.
Nelsie, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
You here? Let's see.
Hello?
I bet they don't have their share audio on.
No, Nelsie's good. Nelsie's good.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep, you're good. And yours is also going through, so you're good. Yeah, I just don't think he heard the question there, maybe?
Give me a second. Take a look at that.
But
should be
Nelsie, I
good.
guess I'll follow up. Well, you're
Yeah,
just
thank you.
making sure. Um, do you 2 weeks in a row you barely came second? You're almost getting that first win. Is it frustrating not only having it happen once, but maybe twice now, back to back?
I mean, yeah, it's a bit frustrating, that I can't get my first win yet, but it keeps me motivated, keeps me pushing for each race to potentially get my first win. And a bit of good came out of this race. I got P2, pretty good points for the championship, so kind of happy.
Now, also, I guess I'll say, if you only lost by a half a second, would it really feel like a win? I mean, hey, I'll take any win you put on the mark for me. I don't really care. A win's a win no matter what. But will it feel the same to get that first win if you would have just were a half a second quicker? But then again, you would have led nose laps, or at least the crucial laps, because you would have actually finished second on track, but first with penalties. Is that exciting to you, or are you happy you lost in a way?
I mean, I think a win is a win, no matter what.
Okay.
It's still kind of the same feeling.
Okay. Hey, I'll take it as well. That's the same thing I would say is a win is a win. You don't doesn't matter how you get them.
Exactly right. No, it's a absolutely superb race from you fellas. Again, thank you to KGB for making part of the prediction a reality. Only part of it, but that's okay.
And then
What are the moments on the
also,
race that we're forgetting from?
well, we had Blinn finish P3. You're kind of quiet through this race. I actually picked you for the win, so thanks for not helping out on that.
Sorry, guys.
Thanks for not helping in that regard. But you kind of were staying quiet for most of the race, and then that safety car kind of really helped you out, and was able to grab P3 after getting it was a nice double overtake you had as well. To get yourself into that position, and good defending as well to hold off to that podium position. I guess talk us through a little bit of that.
Yeah, as you said, I didn't really have the start of the race that I really wanted. I started dropping back. I actually had to do 2 laps on my fastest lap time tire, so I started on a little bit of a worn out set. And yeah, just sort of dropped back. I had a couple of little half spins where I touched the curb and just almost spun out. So lost a bit of time there. And then once that second safety car came out, it really brought things back together for everybody. So yeah, I pitted for the softs, and me and F1 Racer got into a little bit of a battle right towards the end there in the last couple of laps. So yeah, it was pretty tough to get around him, and I also had a 3-second penalty, so
Oh yeah.
I was checking if he had any sort of penalties. So I only kept that position because he had another penalty as well.
Gotcha. And also, I guess I mean, you finished third there last week as well. You didn't win since Monaco, and previously you didn't win since race 2. So you are in lead of this championship, but the consistency will help there, as getting podiums is a good thing. It helps in the championship fight. Um, but what's your kind of game plan as we move into the second half? Is it just trying to not make those huge big mistakes, or is it go for the win each and every week and really try to close this championship out?
Well, I think I like the consistency that I've sort of had with podium finishes and just points finishes. It's all gonna help me out at towards the end of the season. But I think I really need to step it up again. I need to get another couple of wins this season. It would be really nice. Monaco was a really proud moment, mostly just because I didn't have to make any extra pit stops, so that was really nice. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna take it week by week. I think I need to keep my focus and try to keep my lead in front of, I think it's F1 Racer right behind me, so gotta keep that lead up.
And yeah, it was a good battle between you two towards the end, and crucially, you do walk away from this race by gaining points on those of you behind. But Nelsie is catching up a little bit. But we'll see how it all shapes up in this next half of the season. For those who are watching, make sure to tune in tomorrow for the Golden Class, 8:15 p.m. Eastern, for their Austrian Grand Prix. And also this Thursday is the Platinum Class. It's the TCR Grand Prix at Austria. It's going to be show. It's gonna be fun. So make sure you tune in Thursday, because it's gonna be really exciting with the heat races and qualifying and Austria, and we should have 20 drivers as well. So make sure you tune in there for Thursday as well for the Platinum Class. And then next week we are off, and then we return in a week's time at Germany. Like I said previously, everything in the information is down below, all the links, so check them out. Thanks for everyone who's watching. Thanks to all three podium contenders for coming in here and doing a little interview. And thank you to my partner in crime, the Smeg, for doing the commentary with me today. And
it's been an absolute joy to do it with you. Good to be back, and a great way to come back with a race like that.
Oh yeah,
really fantastic.
So with that being said, thank you all, and we'll see you tomorrow for the Golden Class, and this Thursday for Platinum Class. So have a good night, everybody.